we are. So, what's next? This is a real question. I'm not sure exactly where we got to, or what we accomplished. Oh, I know what we accomplished. We finished up the swamp. That's what we accomplished. Oh, God, this place was a hellhole. All of the stupid word puzzles and everything that we did. You paused your Twin Peaks marathon? Oh, man. I feel... I feel warm fuzzies deep inside that that you're granting me this time. Thank you for being here, Senna. I really appreciate it. We got this key. What is this? I totally don't remember this. In the dark. Is anybody here? Anybody? It is apparently my turn. Are any of these things useful? Oh my god, you. Memory block. Scroll over. Click things. Wow, that's hard. Crypto cracker. Okay, alright, well, good. At least I didn't take you away from the plot. That's fine then. So we've got the dark ruins, which we can't progress in. We've got this area, which is awaiting a map to the system something or other. Some map that is unlikely to exist. Thank you, Legava, for your help. We've got the vault over here and the vault over here, which presumably are some kind of puzzles. We've got Yajurli, the Southern Belle Heart over here, who is demanding a picture, which I can't pick up because I don't have enough space. Oh, man. This girl. Oh, no, this isn't Yajurli. This is someone else. This is Roshi, the other girl. I think she was like a high society someone or other. I'm trying to remember like what voices and accents I gave to these people, and it's not easy. It's been a while is the real problem. And then there's the vault, which is the picture that I can't pick up. And then there's the other vault, which I'm not sure what's there, and then there's the rest of the net here. Well, let's see what's happening here. One of these is... Oh, no. Why? Why? Oh, this is atrocious. Okay, alright. So... What? What is this pattern? Are you kidding me? How do I... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. So, clicking here gets red and green. Red is 1. Green is 2. So if I click here... Oh, no, it just straight up undoes them. So red is its own thing and green is its own thing. But when they intersect, I get blue. So I'm adding green, 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 and reds. And this is going to add blue, red, blue, 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 green, green. Blue, 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 green. Yeah, okay. Okay, I start to see how this works. This sucks. Okay, so I'm starting with this. And then I can make these blue by doing this. Oh, that's wrong. This. Now, I still don't have the green here, which I need. So maybe I do this. And then that needs a thing. That looks like a start, kind of. What did I even do? Left here, here. That's what I did. These two. So let's duplicate that work in all of the locations where this work is duplicatable. And then this was here, here, and here. Well, now, this is starting to look like a thing. So what's the next step? What else do we want to do? Hey, Marigin, this is Systems Twilight. What we're doing right now is we're following these instructions. Click in the left-hand area until it matches the pattern on the right. And, yeah, complex puzzle I think sounds about right. This is a beating. So these still need to be blue. So let's try this, and this, and this, and this. Yahtzee! We did it! Cool! That was not as hard as I expected it to be. Is it gonna be another one? Oh, it's another set game. I'm not sure I want to do this, but I guess this is what's happening. Okay. Oh, you've arrived. Almost. These are super irritating. Alright, let's see if this is a thing. If that's a thing, then we need to do at least one all yellow. Can we do that? Yes. At least one all blue. Which we cannot? This, circle? No. These four. Of these four, how do... Nope. These three. So now we can look at... Because this is not a set, so now we need to go cross-color. So this needs a yellow. Say this one, for example. So that's a combo. This, and this is a combo. This, and no. Okay. So if I do these three, am I screwed? This needs a square, so like this, and then this, and then these three are not a thing. No, these three are totally a thing! Oh, it works! How lucky. Got there immediately. So good at sets. I'm disappointed in myself for not seeing this coming. Okay. So, now what? This sucks. So we have 3 yellows. It's like this game is just playing with my emotions. It's done it so many times at this point. And yet I still think like, oh, I solved the puzzle. The puzzle is over. Look at me so good at solving puzzles. Nope. This is not solvable as a full yellow set. So there needs to be at least 3 cross-color sets, which means guaranteed there is 1 full red set, and looks like 2 or 3 full blue sets. So let's look at red. Let's see what we can get as a full red set. This, and this is a set. This, and this is a set. So I can do either of these sets, and that'll make a set. So let's figure out what I need for the blues. What do I need to steal from the blues in any given situation? So... this is rough. It's too bad the reds worked out such that either of them could be a full set. That's really annoying. Probably deliberate, but still really annoying. So how do I want to approach this? If I assume that the full red set I'm taking is the 3 circles, which is the easiest. It's the easiest to spot. Which means it's probably wrong, which means I should do this one, and then start looking at cross-color sets. Well, let's see what kind of cross-color sets we can make. So with this, imagine I'm taking this red. I now need a blue diamond, wide, partially filled. Doesn't exist. I now need a blue diamond, wide, fully filled. Doesn't exist. I now need a blue diamond, tall, partially filled. That exists. I now need a blue square, circular, empty. Doesn't exist. Only 1 blue square. Only 1 blue square. Really now? That's interesting. So, this doesn't exist. This does exist. It's this one. These... oh, I just killed it. Well, there goes thinking. I tried so hard at thinking, and then it went away. I guess we're starting again. Time for more thinking. Oh, this is fascinating. Look at this. Okay, so... again, 3 blues that cannot make a set. 1 full red set needs to exist. Alright, starting over, I guess, because I clicked on things and I shouldn't have clicked on things. These are not a set. How do I make one set out of just the reds? Nope. It's gotta be cross-fill and cross-shape. So it's this and this. Not necessarily. It could be all three. It could not be all four squares. So it has to be this, this, and one more. Hey, Omega Number, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So if I do these two, and I need a square wide, partially filled, I need this one. So now I know exactly where I'm going. This is actually a lot easier now. So, this needs to partner with one of these and this. So the only way that works is... Does it? Yeah, because red is only squares. So this has to hit a square red, which means I need a square yellow. This is the only square yellow, so it has to hit this. So looking at these, if I go like this, then I need a partially filled circle. Double circle, which doesn't exist. So it's got to be this, which means I need a yellow circle with a circular middle, empty circular middle. Wait, how does that not exist either? Am I doing something wrong? How did I get to this point? I don't understand what just happened. I literally made the only possible matches I could have made. How does this not work? So if I do this and this, I now need this, except not. That doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Alright. I can't do it. Cannot be done. I screwed it up, somehow. Alright, starting over. One more time. This time with correct thinking and correct clicking. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult for myself. Alright. So we have these three yellows, which cannot make a set on their own. So out of these 6 blues, there must be at least one fully blue set. Right? With my math checks out so far? There are 4 circles, so either the set is 3 circles, which does exist, or the set is these 2 plus this. So I could do either one. Dang it! I didn't want it to work that way. I'm gonna kill it. We're going to try number 4. Because hopefully this one will have less math. So yellows. 4 yellow diamonds. Honestly, like, it's looking at like it's the same pattern each time. So I'll probably be able to do it by chance, I think. Because it's patterning the same way out each time, right? So there's 4 diamonds. So either I make a 3 diamond set, which does exist, or I make a cross shape set, which does exist. Let's assume it's the cross shape one. So now I need diamond, diamond. Is that right? Because yellow is only diamond. So this needs to be diamond, diamond, diamond. Which means I need, let's go with, which blue? Circle blue. Which circle blue needs to be not with circle, but with square. So that needs this. Which means this, which means I need a square wide full, which doesn't exist. I'm screwed. Okay, so let's assume that it's the 3 yellow circles. It's gotta be... How do I make a 3 yellow circles? This one! That is the only way to make that work. So now, with only these 2, right? I can't go... I can go square, square, square. I can't go diamond, diamond... Can I go diamond, diamond, diamond? No. So, this needs to be... Okay, so if I pick these 2, I need another diamond. This is not the right diamond, so that doesn't work. If I pick these two, I need another circle. This is not the right circle, so that doesn't work. So I need to do it this way, which requires a square, wide, empty. So if I do this, hang on, if I do this, it needs this. Okay. No, it needs, circle. Circle tall, which doesn't exist. So I need to do this, which needs square, wide, partial. These two now need square, empty, circular. These two also need square, empty, circular. And now I just need to do the rest of these. Sweet! Oh, free at last! That horrible Roshi tossed me in here and sealed the access. Ooh, the plot thickens. Why? I'm sure I have no idea. But you've been simply wonderful. Here, allow me. Well, I simply must dash. You know, I'm not entirely convinced that she's trustworthy. But at least she gave me another memory block. Another 100 kilobytes? Awfully generous. Oh, there's a story at the end of the vault. Amazing. So do I assume that Mazer is telling me this story, or am I just reading this story? Listen, there was an king once who had a son. An king. It's fine. Grammar's a colonial construct anyway. The king ruled his country wisely. He kept a great library, full of all the knowledge his scholars could find, and with its aid, the kingdom was kept in order. But the king died before his hair was gray, as kings do, and his son ascended the throne. Suspicious. In the first summer of the young king's reign, there was a great drought. The peasants came to him and asked, "How shall we plant our fields? And how shall we harvest?" "Come again tomorrow and learn our guidance," said the young king. That night he went into the library and sought out the old man who was its keeper. "What must my peasants do to survive this drought?" the king asked. The librarian remained still for a moment. Then he held forth the book he had been reading, a heavy, crudely bound tome. The king took the tome and opened it, but every page was blank. "This is no answer!" the king cried in anger, and strode away among the shelves. He searched the books there until dawn, reading of irrigation and dryland grasses and stranger things. And in the morning, he summoned the peasants to him. The peasants did as he told them, and the kingdom survived that year. In the 5th year of the king's reign, horsemen came over the western border into the plains and raided the cattle herds that grazed there. The herdsmen came to the king and asked, "How shall we defend our lives and livelihood?" "Come again tomorrow and learn our guidance," said the king. That night he went into the library and sought out the old librarian, poring over his tome. "How can I defend my kingdom against these raiders?" the king asked. The librarian said nothing and held forth the tome to the king, but again, every page was blank, and again the king left in fury. He searched the library until dawn, reading of ambushes and archers, hunters and bounties. In the morning he summoned the herdsmen to him and spoke to them, and the kingdom survived that year. I'm sensing a trend. In the 12th year of the king's reign, ugly words spread across the kingdom. Some said that the king conspired with his ministers to raise taxes. Others hinted that dark rituals were held at the castle chapel, and darker acts in other rooms. Cruel stories were told, and crueler jokes. And the ministers came to the king and asked, "How shall we stop these evil rumors? How shall we subdue this disrespect?" "Come again tomorrow and learn our guidance," said the king. That night he went into the library and sought out the librarian once again. "What shall I do to protect my good name?" the king asked. Without a word, the librarian held forth his tome of blank pages. The king took it and frowned, and then gave it back and walked away. In the morning the ministers came to the king, but he said nothing to them, and they went away perplexed. The king went on ruling as he had ruled, and the kingdom survived that year, and many more. In the morning, the ministers came to the king. Oh no, that's the same line. That's funny. I don't know why it does it again. A story. Instructions on how to read the story. Click the round buttons to scroll up and down the story. That's cool. So I guess this circle indicates a story, which means I'm probably going to get a story here, and here, and here, and here, no less. So let's go to the other vault, because now I can pick this up. And I found a story! Huzzah! The Tale of the Craftsman. Listen. There was war between the city of Anhabel and the city of Loche. The cause had been forgotten long ago. The deaths and hatred, it seemed, never would be. There was vengeance and revenge, murder and murder in return, and nothing had been gained on either side for long years. The one man for whom the feud caused no suffering was the blacksmith, who lived outside of Loche. He made the weapons with which Loche fought, and the city paid him well. The blacksmith's swords were incomparable, light but perfectly balanced, strong but not brittle. They were Loche's greatest advantage, and the people of Anhabel, of course, lusted after them. It was not until the 13th year of the war that the Baron of Anhabel thought simply to ask. Clad in merchant's clothing, he journeyed into Loche, from the north, with the regular spring caravans, and sought out the blacksmith's forge. He found the blacksmith bent over glowing metal, and politely waited until the piece was done. At last, the blacksmith quenched the new blade, and looked up. "Yes?" The Baron held out his hand, and the colors of Anhabel shone from the seal in his palm. "I would purchase your blades for my people." The blacksmith took the seal, and turned it thoughtfully. "My prices are high." "The people of Loche pay them." "So they do." The blacksmith returned the seal. "You are welcome to buy my weapons, as they do." So the Baron laid out his gold, and returned to Anhabel with a cartload of blades, and for a year, Anhabel's warriors gained ground. But the advance was slow and uncertain, and soon the time came when Anhabel had as much land as they could hold, even with the blacksmith's blades. Then the war began to grind slowly once more. The next spring, the Baron of Anhabel went again to the blacksmith. Once again, he found him at his anvil, raising showers of sparks with a great hammer. "Welcome back, my lord," said the blacksmith, not ceasing his blows. "Have you come to spend more of your people's gold?" "That, but more than that," replied the Baron. "Your weapons have been great help to us, but when those blades are turned against their brothers, the struggle can never be more than even. I have come to ask you to Anhabel, where you can work and live in the greatest luxury we can provide." "And that work, of course, would be for you alone." The blacksmith smiled. "Loche desires my wares as much as you do. This blade, for example, is for the Prince of Loche himself. Is it not handsome?" He raised the glowing blade and plunged it into the quenching trough. "I think, perhaps, I have never made a better one." "I am not minded to accept refusal," said the Baron. "I will pay you well for that sword, and even better for others like it. But if you do not agree, I can still deprive Loche of your services." The blacksmith's eyes darkened. "I do not like threats. You may leave." The Baron leaped forward suddenly, and seized the great black hammer which lay on the anvil. "I do not threaten you, but I know what you conceal. This hammer is the secret of your miraculous forging. Without it you are nothing. I shall bring it back to Anhabel and put it to good use. Give that sword to the prince if you will. It is the last he shall receive." The blacksmith lifted the sword, with some effort, for he seemed somehow reduced. "That I can easily do." He turned towards a hooded figure in the corner. "Your commission," he said, holding out the blade. The Prince of Loche took the blade. "Thank you." He turned to the Baron, holding the naked blade upright, heedless of the blood drawn from his hands by the unhilted base and tang. "I believe I shall try it out immediately. A pity the target is unarmed." "Is it?" the Baron said, and raised the blacksmith's hammer. History does not record the outcome. And what, pray tell, do we believe the moral of this story is? To me, this sounds like an anti-war message. That war is simply not profitable, except for the neutral parties who profit on both sides, at the cost of many lives, at the cost of turning brother against brother, or baron against prince. I'm not really sure I have a better outlook on this. Well, now I can give you the pretty thing. Why, how lovely! Thank you! Here, you must accept this trifle. See you soon! What is it? Oh. Alright, well, what is it? It's a power source. I will take the power source. This will be useful. More stories! Alright, we readin', kids. The Provider's Tale. Once Mesok was a great city, beside a river, deep in a fertile valley. Its people were prosperous. Season by season, caravans came down the river bearing cloth and fruit and iron, and left bearing grain and wine and crafted goods. Mesok's fields stretched to the edge of the valley, and its influence stretched to the edges of the world. In the 94th year of the 12th cycle, the sky darkened, and the summer rains were thick with ashes. Then winter came, early and harsh, and with the frosts came swarms of locusts, which fell upon the fields and vineyards and laid them bare. There was no harvest that year. The city coffers survived that, but the next year was colder and darker, and the next worse yet. The meager gleanings of the fields went to feed the hungriest, and so there was nothing to trade. The year after that was not so cold, but by then the caravans had ceased, and Mesok starved. As winter approached again, the streets were nearly empty. People huddled in houses already starting to decay. The few able to leave had long since left. And then a pale light fell upon the city, and a great form moved in the streets of Mesok. It strode slowly to the market square, surrounded by its light, and the crowds of gaunt people that grew and grew. And when it reached the square, it turned and spoke to them. I have looked down upon this world since first it spun from nothing. I have seen life and growth, suffering and death, and always I have stood apart, thinking that humanity was too fragile a beauty to bear the touch of my power, thinking that your affairs and your fate were too important to you to be taken from your hands. But this city of Mesok is a beacon of learning already, and of art, and I think it will become greater yet. I will not stand apart and watch it die. To you and all your descendants, I give this gift. That which you need, that which you desire, take from my hands, now and evermore. And the form knelt in the center of the square, and its light grew brighter than the heart could bear. And when the light faded, there was a great stone idol kneeling there, hands outstretched, and cupped therein a bounty of food. So the people lived, and they found their lives greatly eased. Food, wine, clothing, tools, medicine, all could be had with a moment's wish. Those who grew jaded with wine found other draughts in the idol's hands. Those who abjured these found delightful stories, and strange games, and stranger things yet. The trade caravans did not resume. A few people came, hearing tales of the miracle, but they were turned away at the gate. Mesok wanted nothing from them, and nothing to do with them. An army came once, kings being what they are, but the idol provided crossbows and ballista, and weapons that filled the air with soot and noise, and the army fled. The years passed. By the end of the 12th cycle, children had been born whose parents had never lived without the gifts of the provider. They grew up in a city of dreams and light, where nothing mattered more than the next dance or bout of erudite philosophy. By the end of the 13th cycle, nothing mattered at all particularly. In the 50th year of the 14th cycle, a young erudite girl found a few moldering books. Curious, she asked the provider for truth concerning them, and was told that they were stories from before the gift. The concept astounded her, and frightened most of the people she told it to. But a few were drawn to the perversion. They asked for knowledge of reading, and for other books. Some even searched for books and old artifacts, claiming that objects found were more real, somehow, than those the provider gave. This cult of finders never grew large, but they grew steadily more strange. They imitated the old ways of life, wearing rags and walking back and forth bearing great weights. They discussed the old arts. They talked of finding food in the ground and clothing on strange machines. Once some finders were found actually scratching in the ground with sticks and burying food, claiming that they would find more food the next day. At last, talk arose among some finders that the old ways were better, that more had been accomplished in a year of the old times than in all the cycles since the gift. They would leave Mesok, these rebels said, and make a new life beyond the walls. The people of Mesok were happy to see them go. They were afraid that the provider would take offense at the finders, and condemn the city to death for their rebellion. The cult spent an entire week studying and gathering tools, and then they tore a hole in the wall and marched out. The years passed. In the last years of the 15th cycle, nomads came to Mesok, wielding bronze and fire. They found a city of ruins, crowded with people who did not speak, nor act, nor, as far as could be seen, thought. The city dwellers wore wonders and trod streets littered with jewels and baubles, and the nomads thought it a fine joke that the mob did not know enough to fight, or even run. In the center of the city, hub of the people who had once moved around it and now lay in ashes, the nomads found a great stone idol. Its face was lined with old pain, and furrowed in new anger, and it shone with pale light. But still they approached it, and saw that the sacks of loot they already bore were outshone by the riches cupped in his hands. I am even more confused by this story. Like, I wasn't quite... Okay, so the first story we read, I feel like I had a good handle on that, right? Like, I felt like that makes sense. You know, the librarian giving him nothing, allowing him to find his own solutions, until finally he realizes, hey, I can do the same to other people. Gave them nothing, allowed them to find their own solutions, and life moved on, right? The kingdom moves on, everything is okay. Second story, war, right? Now it's talking about the craftsman, the person who creates the tools of war. And what's the message here, though? Like, what is it trying to tell us? I don't know, kind of a lot is left up to the reader, like... Interpret that how you will. It ends in a fight with the two kings, and then what? You know, history does not record the outcome. It sort of leaves the moral up as an exercise to the reader. And now this. I don't even know what to make of this. It's an interesting story for sure. You know, like it's a lot. It's something to think about. It's decent as a thought exercise. You can get into the philosophy of it, but it's like. I expected it to end with the finders leaving, and that to be it. But instead, we go to these raiders, and they find a society basically demolished by overabundance, right? Like, they had everything they wanted, so they didn't need to do anything, and that progresses to its logical conclusion, they don't even need to think. They just take. Except, you see this image at the very end of the idol, with old pain and his brow furrowed in new anger, holding riches the likes of which the raiders had never seen before. And that's the image it ends on? Like, is the implication that it's cyclical? Now the nomads are going to be here doing the same thing, going through the same cycle, until they end up in the same place? And, you know, like, what's the message for the finders? Parables for what happened to the system. But what's happening to the system is something else. The system is breaking down, right? Like, the system, the infrastructure is actually in disarray. You know, I mean, maybe they're parables related to what's happening to the system. Maybe they're talking about the causes of what's happened to the system. But they're getting more and more esoteric. And while they're interesting to think about, I'm not sure that I feel like the point is becoming less and less clear. No one seems willing to fix it, or even knows how to. I mean, there's parallels there, right? So if you look at the first story, then the librarian doesn't offer answers, so the king has to fix it. Eventually, the king gets tired of fixing it. The king doesn't offer answers, so it's left to the people to fix it. And presumably, the people do fix it, and life goes on. But if you're looking at the craftsman's tale, there's nothing even to fix, unless you're thinking that war is something that needs fixing. Mazer about the Guardians, or whatever they're called, once upon a time, always fixing the system themselves. Oh, until they've disappeared. Okay, so that's a direct analog to the library, to the librarian's tale, for sure. And I guess you can draw the parallel then, right? The librarian isn't giving the answers. And you see that eventually the king finds his own answers. And then the king stops giving the answers, so eventually the people find their own answers. And that is a direct parallel to the idol, because the idol is constantly giving the answers until the people grow complacent and unable to fend for themselves. And in the tale of the craftsman, like the central message for the tale of the craftsman is, A, the craftsman profits off of war by not being involved. But then there's the question of, like, you know, if one person has an advantage, the other person can gain the same advantage and things even out. Things grind. The war moves slowly, to use their words. And then in the end, what? You have the Baron threatening the golden goose, as it were, and him effectively taking action to save his own mind, to save his not his life, but his livelihood, right? And basically pitting the Baron and the Prince against each other. Oh, yeah, that's true. There was mention of that, right? Their rule was wise, and their mastery was undisputed, for certain powers rebelled, and declared that they could better manage the system alone. We could cure these ills if only you gave up your lordship to us. Yeah, alright, so there's some parallels there too. Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's see what the next story is. Let's see if we can get all the way down here. Oh, no, we have mazes. How do we feel about mazes? Well, I mean, let's grab all of the things, right? Oh god, where am I even going? Holy crap. What a mess. This is long. I need red slash and solid yellow. So red slash is over here. And in order to get red slash, I need blue slash and orange slash. Where do I get either of those? So I need red slash in order to go down here at all. I need blue slash to go through here. I need black to go through here. So let's get black. In order to get black, I need to dump green. That's fine. I'll get back through here, and I can always pick up green again. And now I can pick up both yellow and red. But I can't go back this way if I pick them up. So I need to be ready to pick up yellow, and then eventually get here with... Oh, how do I get back with red? How do I get back with red? Pick up yellow. I need to get through here with green. I can't be holding on to purple like this. I need green. And now I need yellow and green to get through here, so give me yellow. And now I need to get blue out of here, so give me blue. And now I have blue. So let's leave blue here for now, until I figure out what I am doing with it. How do I get red, though? And I still need either... Oh, this is how I get red. So I still need orange in order to get red. Because, like, if I go through here... Oh. And then blue and black will take me to here and let me do something. So if I take blue through here... There's a lot of red dispensers! What is this place? I need red and yellow. How do I get yellow out? With blue and orange, I can get red. Alright, let's do this again. I don't know why I'm doing this. That gets me blue. I can get yellow there. Can I get yellow out to here? That's a real question. If I grab yellow, I can go yellow. Pitch. I can't get yellow out from this way. So I need to do something else in order to get yellow out. I was going to drop this and take blue with me so that... I need to do it this way. I need to take blue with purple, and then I can drop purple. I can drop purple in order to get black, and then go down here. Which allows me to get yellow to go through here if I drop black, sure. And then I can get orange. What do I want to drop? Not yellow. I want to drop not yellow. And then I can get red. So if I get red and go through here, I can then drop red and get orange, and then have orange and purple. Oh no, where do I get orange from? I have orange. I can pick up red instead of yellow, drop red, pick up purple, go through here, and then with purple I can get back out to the right, and I'll have orange. With using orange and blue, I can get red. So I'm almost there. I'm like halfway there. Halfway there. Okay, so let's do that. Drop yellow. And then drop red. And now drop this here. So that I can go get blue. So that I can go through here and get red. Alright, ready? Go. Oh. Go. Except now I need green again. Messy. Long and involved. And now I need... It doesn't actually matter which one of these I go in, because I'm going to grab both red and yellow. No, I'm just grabbing yellow, and I need green. That's what I needed. I get it. I understand now. Understanding has reached me. Now I drop yellow, I can grab blue, go through here, and now I have both blue and orange! Get out green. Get in orange. Which means I can get red! Which means I am one step away from... One step, he says. One step away from winning. Let's figure out what's over behind blue and green, shall we? I haven't been this way yet. Oh no, I have been this way. Ha 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 ha. So the next step is to get down here, I think, and get yellow. And then I'll have red and yellow, which is red and yellow. Okay, so I need red and green. And then I need yellow. Woo! We did it! Ladies and gentlemen, it is resolved. What is this thing? Routing map? Wow, what a load of data. Looks like a memory routing map. I definitely don't have the space to take this. I need so much more memory. I guess if I dropped everything, I would have enough room for it. Alright, well, cannot continue here because I can't take it. Hang on. When I go in here, what does it do? Looks like a memory routing map. Alright, well, onward to the ruins! The only place we have left to go. Because I'm going to need the map in order to get through here. So, ruins ahoy! And now I have a power source. Bong. Much better. Hey! Did this node get powered up? And what are you doing here? Still exploring. Harumph! This is no place to be playing, boy! These ruins haven't had power for years! Everything's decaying here! Everything's decaying everywhere. Ah! Listen! The most dangerous of the old powers is imprisoned here. Wakent, the Deallocator. The Destroyer. Lord of the Graveyard. Wow. This is like straight up Hades. I didn't realize that this much of the mythos was actually real. Really? That's why the power was shut down. But he's who I'm looking for. I have to talk to him. Do I? I don't remember that part of the story. Stubborn as ever, I see. Now I just have to get through this mess. Well, this looks like a block pushing puzzle. I think I'm ready to push some blocks. What? How do I do? Oh, there we go. Okay. Travel to the end of the maze, which is marked by the flag. You can push blocks, but not pull them. Yep. So if I go right here, I go right, and then, well, I'll just do it, right? Because I can do this. But that leaves me stuck. Yeah, okay. Ogham said that this is where Wakent is. Wakent the Destroyer. Lord of the Graveyard. One of the old powers. And I told him that that's who I'm looking for, and he was like, harumph. That's a bad idea, and then he left. Alright, so I can't go left. I can't go right. I can go left. Left is the only way I can go. So now, I can either go up or right. Let's see, where do I need to do? I need to get to the point where I can push this over to the right. So I need to get here, which means I need to be able to get here, so I can push this to the side, or here. I need to get to either of these two spaces, which if I go right, and then up, and then left, but then I can't push this over. I can push this up, though. Okay, so that's fine. Nice and easy. I'm waiting for the next one. It's bound to be worse. Hello again. Hall of the Sun from... Oh, okay. Oh, you're the one. I might have known. Look at this mess. The place hasn't been cleaned out in ages. These segments should have been deleted long ago. Tell me about it. Maybe Barin had the right idea. Oh. Backwards, okay. Travel to the end of the maze, which is marked by the flag. You can pull blocks, but not push them. This is actually kind of unique. The star marks the block you are pulling. Move sideways to release it. Use the mouse or arrow keys to move. You may not move diagonally. Okay, so I don't auto-pull. I have to move into something in order to say I'm pulling it. But not push. Haha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So, what's the goal then? I need to be able to pull away this to here. Once I have done so, I will either need to pull it... I'm going to need to go around, so I want to pull it again, so as to leave enough space to get in. Which means that I then need to be able to go around one of these two directions in order to get into here. My suspicion is it's going to be this way. So I'm going to want to be able to pull this out, this over to here, and then this out, and then... Not being able to push is interesting. But I can't get down here through here. I have to go up. Okay. Well, this is just blocked off. This might as well not be a thing. So I have to pull this out of the way in order to get through. And if I pull this down, I'm dead. Just straight up, it's over. So do I start with this then? I think I may have goofed again. I think I might have goofed. I think goofing has happened. Yep. So I need to start with this. Maybe I then pull this down and that's my way out? That almost works good. In what way do I make this work? This needs to be... where? Maybe if I pull this down, and then this out, and then... Here? This is the same as what I was doing before. This is the exact same problem. If I pull this one, I can't pull that down again. If I pull this one too far over, I'm stuck. Really? All I can do is pull and I can't push? This is hard. Wow. This is all of a sudden really hard. What if my goal is, instead of pulling this one left, my goal is to pull it down? So then I need to get this out of the way. This out of the way. I'm stuck. This is the same place I was in before. Nope. Wow, why is this so hard? You probably do. It's probably super obvious, and I'm just totally missing, like, the obvious thing. Alright, if I pull this here, what happens? Does that change anything? This can't be pulled down, so must be pulled left if it's going to be pulled at all, which it might not need to be. This can only be pulled down if it's going to be pulled at all. So the next step is okay, I'm going to reset. One of these two must be pulled. If this goes down, what can I do? Pull this left. That's not helpful. Pull this left. Then I'm here, and I have a wall of 1, 2, 3, 4. If this then goes down and down, can I get out? No. If that goes down, I'm stuck. This down, and then this across, leaves me with... like, from here, what can I do? Pull this one out. No. Pull this one out. And up? If I pull this one up, it's the same as pulling the right one across, so it's the same. Maybe I pull it, oh, no, no, no. Maybe I pull this one over? So it's out of the way? Is that right? Could that possibly be right? That doesn't look right. Wow, how am I so lost on this? What am I doing wrong? Am I like getting myself stuck and just alright, literally every possibility, okay? This can only go left. What now? I could pull this left, or I could pull this down, or I could pull this left again. So let's go left again. What does that change? Now down or down? Sure. So now I'm in this situation. This can go down or this can go left. Let's start with this. This can go down. Now this can only go left. And now this can only go left, so I'm stuck. I need to be able to pull this one down. Oh my god, dude, I'm so stupid. How did it take that long just to get through this? Okay. Okay. So, next step. Things that can happen include this can get pulled down, or this can get pulled up. If I pull this up, where does that leave me? Stuck. Completely stuck forever. So this has to be pulled down. This needs to be pulled out. How stuck am I now? Super stuck. Alright, this I'm confident is correct. What's the next step? I could do this. And I could pull this out to here, or to here, or to here. If it's here, then what? If it's here, then what? If it's here, then what? Like, I could still pull this up, but that seems like a problem. I can pull this again, and I'll probably need to, TBH. Pull it to here. There's no reason to leave this space open, so that's fine. So now what? I'm here. I'm so bad at thinking like this. I don't know why. It's not even that hard. I'm just bad. Well, that can't. So let's start with that. This is going to be needed pulled out that way. So I guess I need to... Oh. Let's start with this, shall we? Dude, this looks like a pain. I don't know what you're talking about. And then... what? Can't pull that one. Can pull this one. Is that useful? I need to pull this one out. And I guess I'm doing this, right? But now what? This I can only pull down. And this I can't. So I need to also pull this one out to the left. That's what I need to do. However, how do I pull that one out to the left and still make it back? Ah, through going down here. So I pull this one out, go back down here, pull it out to, like, here, for example. And then I can pull this one... Can I? Like, if I pull this one up, I'm stuck again. So maybe I need to figure out a way to get it into here? Or maybe I just leave it here, and then I can go around. Except I can't go around, because I'm stuck on this one! Did I need to move this one out of the way first? I probably did. So now from here, I can do this, and then pull this one out to where? Presumably to here, because I need to be able to pull the other one out downward, and then walk all the way around. So this needs to go here, which means I need to be able to get back through here. Unless I pull it all the way out to here, but then what? Like, how do I get it into here without killing myself? I guess I can reverse this, right? I can pull this up. Is that good? I don't think this is good. I think this is equally bad. I could pull this one out, I guess, if I wanted to. Pull it out this way. What does that get me? Probably nothing. I can pull this one out now to the left, and then what? And then what? Like, I do this, and then I can get out again. So I've done nothing except move one of these X's over. And I'm still stuck if I try and do the other thing. So what do I do with this? This is the real question. This still feels right to me. And then from here, like, I could do this. But I don't know anything, how to do anything else other than pull it to here so I can get in there. And then if I pull this one out, I'm stuck in the same place I was before. Like, I need to do something with this, or with this. I can always try this. Nope, that's not a thing I can try. I lied. I could always try this, I guess. Is that good? I don't think this is good. I think this is not good. Like, if I pull this one over, where does that get me? Oh, I see where that gets me. But now I can't... So I need to do this first, and then this. Except I need to pull this one to here. If I do that, then I can't get into there. So if I do this, right, I still need to do something in order to be able to get in through the left. Because I can't do that. Like, there's no, I need to pull this back into place. But if I pull this back into place, I'm just lost. So I'm still on pulling that out of the way first so I can get into here. Once I've done that, what? What if I use the route tracer? Aww. It doesn't cheat? It doesn't just tell me the answer? How dare they? I have these items for a reason. So I could pull this out if I wanted. What does that accomplish? Not a whole lot. I can pull this one. Let's try messing with this again. Because like this seems really cool if I can get it to pull, if I can actually pull it off. But I guess I need to do this first. If I do that though, then I can't get in on that side, right? Now what? Nope, not that way. Not that way. Not that way. This doesn't seem right either. So I'm still on pulling this back here and then somehow doing something with it so I can still get back into this area. So if I pull this, I can get this out of the way. Oh, and then I can immediately do this. And that'll give me some room to maneuver out here. I don't think this is right either. This doesn't look right to me. I can do this though. Almost there. It's so close. Like, it really feels like the trick is being able to get up here and position this in such a way that I can then get back down. That feels like the trick to me. Which, in many ways, feels like I need to do this first in order to make that happen. But if I do this, we're stuck. Like, just 100% stuck. Tired. It's been a long weekend. Played a lot of fighting games this weekend. Turns out, fighting games are mentally taxing. Who knew? So, like... this one is definitely more difficult. You're not wrong. Alright, I need to do this first if I'm going to be able to get across, right? I need to be able to do this. And then I need to pull this out of the way in order to clear that, right? It's just going to leave me in the same position I was in before. Unless there's something I can do in here, which there might be. Hey, back where I started, yeah. Slightly better? Not really. Means I can go up here, but I could have gone up there anyway. But now I can't really do anything with these, because they're like dead center. I can't move the stuff that's in the middle at all. Yeah, this has to be pulled out this way. I want to pull it out even further. The only way to interact with this is to pull it up. What if from here I then pull this one? Where does that leave me? If this one were further out, it would work. But then again, if this one were further out, this would work, and I wouldn't have that problem. How do I do this first, and still make it through the corridor in the bottom left? This is obviously a correct start. Like, could I even hem myself in even more? I could do this. Make things that much worse for me. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's seal myself in. This is exactly what I wanted. Alright. So let's assess, right? I believe that in order to make it through the bottom left, this must be pulled up to here. Is that accurate? If it's not pulled up to there, say it's pulled up to here, I can't pull this right. What about pulling this up? That requires pulling this to the right. In order to pull this to the right, and still be able to make it into the bottom left, that, for example. But I need to pull it over to here, really. And then at that point, I still need to be able to make it over one way or another and make it to here. Because, like, this is just bad. So what needs to be done in order to make that work? Pull one of these two out of the way. Like this, for example. That allows me to get up here. What about this one? No, it just traps me. So it looks like the only way to get into the bottom left is this. I think that's correct. No, that's wrong. Alright, from here, what is our next move? We have to pull this. Really, the ideal way to pull it is into the room on the left, but that would require me having pulled it to the right one already. And in order to pull it to the right one already, I would have needed to make it up from that starting room instead of left. Let's talk about up then. This is doable, but once I do this, I can no longer go left, which is a problem. Wow, I'm so tired. I'm kind of fading. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to see if I can track down some caffeine. I will be back in a sec. Alright. I found a Red Bull in the fridge. Hashtag corporate sponsorship. I don't know how long it's been in the fridge. So if by the end of this stream I am seeing smells and tasting colors, please call an ambulance for me. But at least I'll be awake. So, what have we determined? Like, I'm trying to think about other options, and this doesn't look any more solvable than it was before. Like, I could do something like this, but that doesn't get me anywhere. I'm still on this as the only possible starting configuration. Because if I just do this and head up here, what? What else can I do? Is there a way to get this set up so that I can actually get through here, like up as well? Hang on. Okay, so if I do this, right, the original starting configuration, and then I'm like, sure, I want to pull this out to here, and then sure, I want to pull this out to here, and then go through here and head back. The problem is, not only do I need to head back through here, I need to head back through here. And we still haven't determined a way to make that possible. So either I'm barking up the wrong tree, or I'm even further from the solution than I thought. I suspect, I'm starting to suspect strongly, that this path I am on is a red herring. A felonious fish, crimson in color. If that's the case, how do I start this? What is my goal? I believe my goal to be still pulling both of these out to the left. Okay, there's gotta be a way to arrange these blocks such that I can actually pass through. If there's not, in what way would this be possible? If the starting position allows me to only ever go down left or up right, how do I resolve that? If that's the case, then the only way out of this is to be able to drag both boxes into this room and then get out, so that I can then go around and pull the other one down. So let's look at that. Is there a way to make that possible? Right now, with only 2 boxes in this room, can I arrange it in such a way that I will be able to drag in multiple boxes? Maybe. What if, like, I drag this box in to here, and then I go around and drag it up? Is there a way for me to then be able to drag in another box? The only way that works... How does that work? In what way does that work? If I pull this box up to here, then I won't be able to drag this one up. I'll only be able to drag it up from here, and if I drag it up from here, I'll get stuck. Like, I'm looking at maybe doing something like this, and then pulling this one out, so it's here, and then what? Like, I can go around still, but I'm still short on ways to get another box into here. Like, if I drag another box to here now... Right? Like, I can get it to here even. And then what? That's just it. So now, I still need to pull this one out, and then get around it. Either to here, and then going down and around in a way that we are pretty sure is impossible at this point, or all the way into here somehow. Like, what arrangement works for that? What can I do with these boxes in order to allow me to pull more than one box into this room? If I pull a box into this room, I need to be able to position it here, basically. Which means I need to be able to get to here and still be able to get back out and around. Like, if I drag it to here and then pull it up? Oh, maybe. So drag it to here, then go here and pull up. In order to make that work, pull up, now I'm stuck. I need to get both of these boxes against the left wall is what I need. Which is literally impossible. I can never pull anything against a wall like that. Maybe I can get both of these boxes against the right wall? How do I get it against the right wall? By pulling it out to here, and then never being able to get back into the room. That doesn't seem like a winning strategy. Okay, so... Like, the other way to think about this is to still try and figure out a way to be able to get both up and down from the center. Is that possible? Nope. Could do that. And then if this weren't here, we wouldn't have a problem. Unfortunately, it is there, so we have a problem. What if we do this, right? And then go in here and pull this up? Surely not. If anything, I might be able to pull this one right. But only if I'm in a situation where I can get around here again. Like, that still requires me to be able to go through here. Which seems unlikely. So two things possible to focus on. The first being getting myself able to go both up and down out of the starting room. The second, being able to drag 2 boxes into here and still get out. Alright, what legal pulls can I make? I can pull this left, I can pull this up, I can pull this right. So if I do this, what else can I do? I can pull this up, I can pull this right. Pulling this limits my options. Pulling this does not. Neither does pulling this, except for the fact that I am now stuck. Does this get me anywhere? I think this is even worse than what I had going on before. Because I still can't get out to the left. Alright, so now I'm on this room. I'm still thinking about this room now. I'm pulling a block in, right? If I pull it to here, and then try and pull it up, in order for that to work, what needs to happen? I need to have this, 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 and this. I need these 6 and these 10 spots unoccupied in order to bring a box here, pull it up out of the way, go and get another box, and then go around and exit. So I need this to be against this top wall, literally impossible, or against this side wall, literally impossible. So I can't. It is not possible. Maybe there's another way. What if I pull it center, and then pull up? I think that works, actually. Does this work? No, now if I pull up, I'm stuck. For a second, I thought that was going to be good. Alright, imagine instead of getting it to here and pulling it up, I get it to here and pull it up. Then I only need one of these unblocked. But I still need 1, 2, and all of these unblocked. And then either this path or this path. If I need this path unblocked, then I need to get this box against the top wall or the left wall, again impossible. If I'm pulling it, if I want this unblocked, this box needs to be against the top wall or against the right wall, also impossible. What if I am getting this box to here, alright, I cannot pull 2 boxes into this room. Just straight up cannot. So the trick then must be, this needs to be multi-accessible. There must be some way to arrange these boxes such that I can get out both down and up. What would that arrangement be? Like, I'm looking at this, and I don't even see... Like, I can never get 2 boxes next to each other. pull this up to here. Pull this one right. Pull this 2 left. And that... No, that still doesn't get me anywhere. Because, like, if I do this... I could, in theory, drag this one out. But where does that put me? Nowhere good. That seems wrong. That too seems wrong. Alright, I don't move this one on the left. Literally every possibility involving moving this gets me trapped. Yep. So... Still stuck on this one. Accurate, Martin. Accurate. Could do something like this. Nope. If I could then pull this one right. But this would need to be out of the way already. Nope. And if this is up here, then I can't pull this one out either. What a pain. So what about from here? I'm not missing something obvious, right? Like, if I do this kind of arrangement... and then pull this down, there's not, like, anything else I can do from there, is there? What would I need to be able to do from here? Go around is still the answer. Pull this one down, and then what? Still dead. Yeah, these Sokoban puzzles are rough. Block pulling puzzles, man. I've never had to think this way about blocks before. Okay. Is there a better start than this? Like a better initial arrangement for these blocks? What else can I do with them? What other directions can I put them? I can... What? If I pull this up... Man, you are so much better at these kinds of puzzles than I am, Maruchan. All of y'all got that first one way quicker than I did. Can't pull this. Can't pull that. Could pull this. Could pull this. That's still the same, like, same thing I've been doing this whole time. Good at math. Alright, that's a start. I mean, I've been trying to approach this sort of more mathematically, more logically, but it hasn't been working. So what else can I do? I can do something like this. Where does that get me? Does that get me anywhere? Not really. But it's not something I've tried yet. What do I need in order to make this do anything? What about here? What about pulling you out? Pull you down. It's no good. The only place that I can pull a block 2 spaces is here. Because this block being missing. If I pull this 2, I'm stuck. If I pull this 2, I'm stuck. And the corner ones are not in a position where I can pull them at all, really. Perfect. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. If I could do this, and pull the bottom right block one more to the left, and not be trapped, it would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. What else can I do with this? What other direction can I take this? I don't need to pull this block anywhere. Pulling this block out, doesn't change anything. Pulling this block down would actually give me the path I want, but I'm on the wrong path to the block. Right? Like this totally gives me that path I'm looking for, but I'm not in the right place. That's a problem. It's a problem. Is there anything that can be done with this? Like, it still feels like starting like this would be a good solution if I could then parlay this into something that lets me get out to the down and to the left. Right? Like, I need to be able to get out this corridor in order for this to be worth doing. Like, if I do something with this, like pulling it up behind me, where does that leave me? Ah, thank you for the host, Dark Twinge. Much appreciated. If I pull this up behind me, where does that leave me? Like, this is even worse. I can't pull this out. It's going to be stuck in that hole the whole time. That's not going to work. That's not going to do me any good. There's obviously something I'm missing. Some kind of connection, some kind of direction I can pull one of these blocks. God, there's nothing else I can do, is there? That's the whole game. Like, I am waiting on enough space to hold a routing memory map here. I can't even get out of the room until I've done that. And the only other places I can go is here, where they need the routing memory map, and here. God, these puzzles are just gonna get harder. Are you looking at this? There's more spaces here. There's 2 more ruined spaces here. This is just gonna get worse. Oh no, dude. Why? Why? Why do this to me? Game, why do this to me? Okay. So if... Like, I'm not even sure what to posit anymore. I don't know which boxes are even movable. So to clear out the tunnel to the lower left is doable. This is the start that I've been on, right? So this lets me get out to the bottom left. However, it doesn't let me move out to the top right at the same time. If I just do this, this is maybe a little bit more flexible, but then I don't have this loop open. And I'm confident that that loop needs to be open in order to let me beat this level. So I need to get, like, something like this. This needs to be pulled out in one direction or another. And I don't think I can pull it up. I don't think there's any possible way for that to work. Like, if I pull this out, I still need to pull it in another direction before I can do anything else. Maybe I start like this, but then I can't pull this over. Need to fill up space in here, he says. Now that's interesting. What else could I get into here? The only way to get more things into here would be pulling it to here, and then somehow getting around it, like this perhaps, and getting back into there. However, in order to be able to do that, this needs to be out of the way. And I'm still not confident that that's a thing I can do. Like, this is as much free reign as I've been able to get. And this is just 100% stuck here now. There's no getting this box anywhere else. I might as well leave it there for all the good that it does me. And I feel like I've determined pretty conclusively that there is no way to drag a second box into this room. Because in order to drag another box into this room, one or both of these boxes need to be dragged against a wall that it is not currently against, which is Impossible? Not possible? Unpossible, perhaps? Maybe just not within the realm of possibility? Like, the only way I could see it is if I was able to drag this one down to here, and then out to here, and then while it is here, somehow get on top of it and pull it upwards. That would work. That'd be pretty cool. That would be a solution, if it was possible. Is there some other arrangement with the blocks down here that'll allow me to pass through this space? Because that would be great. Is there anything else I can do with this? Does moving either of these other remaining 3 boxes help me here? I don't think that it does. Like, pulling this one out gets me through here. Does moving this one or this one do anything relevant? Not with the setup as it is. It's possible that there is some arrangement. Oh, that's probably not what I wanted. That from here allows me to drag one of these out of the way so that I can then get around. Something like this, maybe. Or is that initial setup just wrong, and there's something else I can do down here? Alright, bottom right. Up. Now what? That's death. I could drag this, and that's death. I could drag this, and that's legal. Which is the only other legal play. Dragging this maybe sets me up for something. But now I can't get down to the left in order to take advantage of it. So I need to be able to drag this back over here. Except now I'm stuck again. Unreal, dude. This level's hard. This is almost perfect. Is this helpful? Is this more helpful than having this against the wall? Probably not. Like, this seems like a better arrangement anyway than having this pulled out for little to no reason. Really feels like there's no other starting configuration here. There's no other way to make this work than what I've done so far. Is this useful? I think I can do something like this. Does that let me drag another one anywhere near here? Still no. So then this one now has to be dragged to the left, right? And indeed, must be further dragged to the left so that when I drag this down, I can get into the flag from this side. Like, this is the kind of ending configuration I'm going for, and then I drag this one out, and then make it around it in order to get to the flag. Right? Seems legit, right? Like, maybe I could do something like this, and that'll let me get around, except now I'm trapped here, because I can't get through this little room with the block where it is. And I don't think there's any arrangement that would let me get this block out of the way before I do any of this. God, this level's so hard! It's gotta be solvable. I'm pretty sure I got at least this far when I was 12. And now, you know, 23 years later, I'm stumped. I'm getting old, kids. Your brain starts to lose its plasticity. I'm over the hill. That's it. It's only downhill from here. This is the best it'll ever be. What a depressing thought. So what do I do with this? Oh my god. This also feels like it has the potential to be a good start, except I still need to make it out and down into the left. Come back in an hour, see if I've gotten it. Thanks for the vote of confidence, March. I really appreciate it. What a beating. What else can I do from here? Like, this is the only interesting move I can make in this setup, because this block is missing. So missing this block means that I can pull this up and then still get around it. Whereas none of these other blocks are able to be pulled out and still gotten around in a way that allows me to pull out other blocks. I can do this, but then this one's stuck. Oh, go get food then, man. Don't let me keep you. Take care of yourself. That's not right. Like, both of those X's, both of these need to be pulled out to the left, because this needs to be pulled down. And if this is pulled down and stuck here somewhere, stuck in here is exactly where it would be, then if I pull this down, I'll be stuck too. So both of these boxes need to be pulled out to the left. Alright, great. We've figured that out. That is determined. Your backlog is so large. I understand, Omega Number. I understand. There's so many games to play. And I'm sitting here on this and it's like, I want to play Factorio. I want to play 3 and 3 again. I want to finish Hollow Knight. I want to play console games. I've never played FF12. I want to do that. I want to play Breath of the Wild. Like, There's so many games to play, and so many long games to play. And, like, to say nothing of the other Tuesday games I already have set up, right? Like, I want to play Rhyme, I want to play Thimbleweed Park. Oh, I need to play Riven. Like, the list is long. God. So many games. Like, maybe I'll stream CCGs at one point, those would be fun. Maybe I'll play Fantasy Strike on stream, that would be fun. I know people here aren't really interested in fighting games. It's a different community than I have managed to gather to myself so far. God, what do I do with this? This is so rough. Like, I feel like at this point I've already failed. In what way do I continue this such that I have not failed? I could pull this down. Oh, dude, right? I never actually played The Fool's Errand to completion, and I don't even own Fool and His Money yet. Like, that's definitely a game I need to play. So hard. What am I doing with my life? Not allocating enough time to playing games is what I'm doing with my life. Like, I could do this. That's not good. Oh, you got a rhythm game, did you? Tell me more. Inside the Radio. I haven't heard of this one. So what do I need to do with this? Can I... Rhythm platformer? Neat, neat. Like, is there a way to move boxes in here? Oh, I'll definitely believe rhythm platformer. That definitely exists. If you have ever played Rayman Legends, they have rhythm stages within the platforming, and it works so well. Oh, really? Oh, maybe I'll check that out. Yeah, I can't pull that up. That'll kill me. Now I can pull it up. But, like, where does this leave me? Like, if I pull this to here, I can't pull it anymore over to this left. I can't pull this up in order to make space. I can do something like this. Then what? I can pull this over to the left, but that still doesn't give me enough space. Does leaving this here do anything for me? I don't think so. I can do this, and then I'm totally screwed. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Yeah, I never played that much Rayman Legends, but I watched I played some of those stages, and I watched a fair amount of the game, and those stages, all of them, looked like a ton of fun. Like, that was really cool. Like, I think the time trials and the rhythm stages are the best part of Rayman Legends. Like, the rest of the stages are like, I kind of don't care. I can do this. I can start with this, and then what? Like, I take this in, drag it to here, let go, drag it up, and then I'm stuck again? Like, how good is that? That's not good. None of that's good. Wow, I'm so tempted to just look this up. This is starting to really get frustrating. Like, I don't even see a path to victory. I don't even see what direction I have to take this stuff. Like, there's two things that I think, if I accomplish either of them, I'll be able to beat this level, but both of them seem impossible. Yeah, you're right. The timing control for the rhythm levels can be a little like Rayman Origins better. Okay, to be honest, like I don't even know if I'm naming legends correctly. Yeah, the Sokoma puzzle is ridiculous. This is just completely bonkers. The real trick here is I can't push. I can only pull. I can't push it down. But like now what? There's got to be something else I can do down here in order to make this work. It's not good. None of that's good. In order to pull this box out, I either need to move this box or this box. That's not good enough, which means this box needs to be pulled further out or down. It could be pulled down. In order to pull this box down, what do I need to do? Move this out of the way, or move this out of the way. If this is out of the way, then I don't have a problem anymore. If this is out of the way, the only way I can pull this out of the way is up. And up again. If I start with this. This clearly needs to be pulled out. No matter what, this box needs to end up here. Or here. Like, what if I do this? No, because those boxes are in the way. But in order to be able to head out down to the left, this needs to happen first. Is there another way to make this work? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. But then again, I spent, 15 minutes on the first room of the first part of this, which was super awkward. Alright. This is like the only path I can actually take. Is like this. But then what? So I can't pull this down because then the other one's stuck. So I have to pull it left. Sure. From here, what? If I pull it out to here, I need to be able to get down and through, which I cannot. If I pull it out to here, I need to be able to pull it further into the room and get around it, which I cannot. So maybe from here, there's something else I can do, and I'm just not seeing it? I could pull this up a couple of times. But even if I pull this up to here, I still can't get past this. Which makes me think that I'm still doing something initially wrong. Like, something is still going wrong in my initial setup. Like, how I'm getting out of that first room is still wrong. Because, like, if I set myself up so that I can do this, like, if I can then get out this way, I'm kind of set. Like, that's good enough, I think. No, that still runs into the same problems. I still need to drag 2 cubes in, or 3 cubes now, into this area, and then come back around. So that's not going to work either. This seems correct based on my current knowledge. Like, this lets me get out, and it opens this loop, which is important. I can't think of another way to do this. Nope, I sure have not beaten it, Maru. Like, from here, what can I do with these boxes in order to get one of them out of the way enough that I can pull both of these blue boxes into here and then get around them? Does that exist? So in order to make that work, I need to bring a box in, get out, and then have all 6 of these bottom spaces open while I am bringing in the second box. So how do I set this up so that all 6 of these bottom spaces are open and I have another box up here? Is that even possible? Only if I pull both of these against the same wall. Because then I can drag something in here, pull it up here, and then move around it and get out. Maybe I can move them around until I have that set. No, that's not going to work. Because then I can't bring them back up. I'll be stuck. Like, I was thinking, what if I move this down and out of the way for now, and then I pull this in, and then what? Like, what if I do this, right? So from here, what can I do? Nothing. I can pull this down. Like, this isn't good. Is there some mechanic that I don't know where, like, I can grab 2 boxes at once or something? Like, this isn't gonna work. Now I'm just dead. Now it's over. So irritated at this. How does this help? No. I really hate taking hints of this nature. So I'm gonna say no for a little bit longer, I think. Alright, let me ask this question. Is the thing that I still need to do correctly in the starting room, or in this room up in the left? I feel like one of those two is where I'm missing the correct pattern of block movement, and once I get that, it'll fall into place. But both of them seem impossible. Upper left, okay. That gives me a little bit more direction than I had. So I need to be able to bring this in here, arrange it in some way, and then bring this in here and do the same thing. So I need to have all three of these cubes in this area, in these top 9. How do I do that? I think it's another one along this wall. So like this, but with both of them up one, right? So this one up here, that would work. But I don't know how to get that into that position. What am I missing here? Like, this is easy to do, but still doesn't leave me as is this. Because then I can pull this into here and pull it up and get around. But once it's here, or here, I can't do anything with this. I'm just stuck with that. Pulling it into the center isn't going to help. And I won't be able to pull it up because there's already going to be a box here, so pulling it up will get me stuck. Like, I could do this. If this is correct, or if something like this is correct, it's the original situation. Like, this can still be pulled. If I pull it one more, what else can I do with it? Pull this up one. If I pull this up, what happens? I get stuck. Is there a way to arrange this such that I don't get stuck and still manage to leave this bottom area free? Going back and forth with all of these setups, and they're all the same setup. It's like this has to be pulled into the center, or this has to be pulled into the center. Like, is this good? This is good! This does it! Oh my god! Oh, we got there, kids! I can't— what did I even do here? How did I get into this situation? Why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I see that this was possible? What was I doing wrong? I'm blind. I hate myself. Oh, finally. Jeez, what a mess. Ah. God, don't look so smug, you stupid orange archway. Again? Ghost tail? That doesn't sound good. Better be careful. There could be anything hiding in here. Ogham said there was a power here. A dangerous one. Ogham? He doesn't understand. Off you go, son. Well, here goes nothing. Travel to the end of the maze. So these can be pushed. This can only be pulled. Buh. Can't push two at once. So, stuck forever. So... maybe I can do this. Nope. If I pull first, I'm screwed. So we have to push first. The only thing that's pushable is this. So let's push it. Now I can pull and still get out. Hang on. So the next step is... if I pull this left, I'm trapped. If I pull this up... oh. This has possibilities. This does not have possibilities. Alright. If I don't pull this anymore, and I push this down... then those bottom two are going to be stuck here. I want to pull this one more and get around it and push this one off into the corner is what I want. That's not what I want either. I need to have all four of these spots free. Unless I push both of these over to the right. Like, if I could grab this... maybe I do the... oh, no, that doesn't work. Right, okay. So, definitely cannot pull this first. And the only legal push is this. So that has to be how I start. This also has to be how I start. So from here, what do? I can't pull this left. I can't push any of the remaining blocks, except for this one down. I could pull this up, but that's interchangeable. So this has to be the next move, whether or not this gets pulled up or not. Once that's done, again, pull up or whatever, this has to be my next push. And this. Because there's no other way through. Now, none of the blocks are ever going to be pushable again, but this can be pulled up if I wanted to. I need this to be out of the way. Okay. I'm clearly making something up that's not true. Something about the assumptions that I've made are inaccurate. That's not going to work. Oh, I could do this. I was right about the pushing. I was wrong about the direction of legal pushes. Can't pull this. have to push this. Can't pull, have to push. Can no longer push, have to push here. There's only one way to pull this, which is this. Then my goal is what? I need to get in here, pull this up, which means I need to push all of this over to the side, which means I need to get this out of the way so I can pull this over. Is that wrong? Did I need to push that down? I might have needed to push that down instead of up. Doesn't make a difference. Then I can do this. Then I can do this. Which allows me to do this. Which now I can pull this out and get to the exit. Can't go right. Can't go up. Can't go down. Have to go left. You're not wrong, my dude. Marble Madness is perfect for this. This can get pushed up. And in fact, there are no legal moves besides pulling this and pushing this up. Can't push. Can't push. Must pull. Now that pulling has happened, what do I want to accomplish here? I want to push this down, pull this out, and then push this down. I don't know if I want to push it down. I might have wanted to push it up. But now I need to pull this enough back that I can get around it, which means I've screwed up. There is no... I am never going to be able to push this in any direction except down. Maybe I do this instead? In what way does this help me? That allows me to do this. In what way is this helpful? I'm not sure if this is helpful. Seems remarkably unhelpful. Alright, legal options include that, first off. So now legal options include pulling this box up, pushing this box to the right, and pushing this box down. If I push this box to the right, we are 100% trapped forever, so that's not a legal move. Pulling this up or down is kind of irrelevant for right now. And this can only go down, so let's make it go down. I need to be able to pull this box to here and still get around it. Or to here, for that matter. Which implies that what I want to do is pull it out to here and then go around this way. In order to do that, I think I want to do this. Alright, this 100% needs to be pulled to here. Do I need to do something else first? Yes. I need to get this the heck out of the way. Now what? If I pull this to here, the next goal has to be walk around. Okay. That was not hard. They've staggered these in the wrong order. Whoa, this must be Waykent. This must be the purple one. We're finally getting to see Waykent. Alright, what voice do I give Waykent? We know what he looks like. We've got a picture of him directly above here. Directly above Imolfo. There's the orange dude who's Imolfo, and then the purple dude who is presumably this person. So what kind of voice do I give him? I could do something kind of like the Hunter from Hollow Knight, except that's really difficult to keep going as a voice. So, I mean, God of Death and Destruction, right? So we give him a low, growly voice. So he's something like, "Who disturbs me?" Except there's no way I'm going to keep that going. Like, that hurts to do, so I'm not doing that. He could be growly without being that low. He could be like, "Who?" Like, still voiced. So, like... Oh, evil robotic. That is a choice. I'm not really sure how to do good robotic voices. Other than pacing, right? Maybe it's a ghost. Who disturbs me? You gotta have the warble in the voice. That's how you know it's supernatural. I kinda like that. Maybe Waykent is just a ghost. Oh, I have to do something. Alright, let's do something. I do. How dare you! Please. What? I'm sorry. I was dreaming, I'm afraid. I do little else these days. The power runs very scarce in these nodes. Do come closer. It was all an act. Yes. Hey, good. You are Waykent? A power of the council? Of course, of course. Not doing too well these days, thanks for asking. But where... Well, you do know what has to be done, yes? I should have done it ages ago, but I couldn't, of course. None of us could. The division of the council only made things worse. No, I don't know. What? Baron couldn't carry his end. Never could. Now things are in a pretty state. Look at this mess. I don't... My, you're carrying a lot of garbage around with you. Yow! That should be a load off your mind. But please go now. I'm very tired. Dang, dude! Cool. Alright. Well, that was good enough. And now we have the Tale of the Reclaimer. I'm pretty sure he did take all my stuff. Memory block is empty, so now I can pick up the map. That's the important part. But first, listen to my tale. The wooden stall was not large, nor was it cleaner or better kept than the dozen others in that corner of the market. But where the other stalls had bright paint and ribbons to draw an eye or a purse, this one was bare. Its only decoration was a splintery shingle, bearing the words, "Anything bought." Just bought? Not sold? Garrett began, laughing as he stepped inside. He faltered for a moment as he passed the threshold. It was dark inside, dimmer than a place ought to have been, with the May sun shining just beyond the open door. But a voice replied, "Yes, I only buy. I enjoy collecting, I fear. An eccentricity." Shapes began picking themselves out of the shadows. Shelves of curios, vases, clocks, and paperweights, racks of swords and shovels, piles of fabric, carpets, gowns, a bucket of nails, more. But Garrett pulled his eyes away and looked back to the tall man standing at the back of the stall. "All of these things you have," he said. "And you will not let any go? I would pay well for this." The tall man shook his head. "No." He was not as young as he first looked, Garrett thought suddenly. There were lines around his eyes, or perhaps only weariness. "These things are all mine now." He looked up, his eyes meeting Garrett's briefly. "Have you anything to sell me? If not, I regret I am tired." Garrett hesitated, caught with some disquiet between leaving and asking the man what was wrong. Instead of either, he pulled a small book from his pack. Garrett had come to the market in search of old books and had found a few, and held it out. The proprietor's face changed as he took the volume. Delight, joy, almost a laugh. But as he flipped through the pages, the light faded and the weariness rose again. Is it not what you're looking for?" Garrett asked anxiously. "No, no, my tastes are quite broad," said the tall man. It was almost an apology. "I will take it. 8 pennies. It was not quite what Garrett had paid, but he could not argue with that momentary flash of joy. He took the money, bowed, and left the stall. Others in the town were not so soft-hearted, but to them the tall man offered more. He never refused an offer. Even broken glass and rags would be taken, in exchange for a coffer bit or two. The dim stall never seemed any more full, and if the proprietor never seemed pleased with his gains for more than a moment, well, the townfolk cared little. There was some murmuring when old Harash vanished, but his young wife said he had left town to see his merchanting business up country. Perhaps she had been seen the night before, leaving the stall in the corner of the market, holding something that jingled. But surely that was mere alley gossip. Of the new statue in the stall, a bent man carved of grey marble, no one spoke at all. The town took more notice when a band of mercenaries set up outside the walls, and declared a legal state of siege arbitrage in the name of the next town down the river. They had forces enough to blockade the town all season, and the treaty they preferred was not entirely unfair. The elders sighed and admitted that they would probably sign it. After all, what else could be done? What could be done was a midnight stroll outside the walls, and a quick talk with one of the mercenary guards. In the morning, the mercenaries were gone, along with their entire camp. The only trace remaining was a single set of hoofprints leading north, the trail of a guard who had enough gold to start a new life, and a desire to erase the old one before a noose caught up with him. Or swords, or one of the other fates that often befell mercenaries who sell away their fellow troops. It was late autumn when Elder Stale entered the dim stall. "You buy things," he said bluntly. "Yes," said the tall man. "Odd sorts of things, sometimes," Stale said. "People talk about you. Some won't stand within your stall's shadow." "Their business." The proprietor seemed absorbed in the shelf he was dusting. Toy pewter soldiers, tiny and perfect with their swords and armor. "Yes, some are right pleased with you, though. The midwife has nothing but good to say. For example." "Is she well?" "Quite well," said Stale. "Better than she has been in some time. People don't get over joint sickness, did you know? It twists the bones eventually. The midwife has been lame for as long as I've known her, except that last week I saw her running. Running." The tall man said nothing. Not so tall, the elder thought suddenly. The man was bent a little, not standing quite straight. "At any rate," Stale went on, and stopped. The proprietor waited.
The bleeding is worse, said Stale. It eats at my guts. I doubt I will last the year.
He stopped again. The proprietor nodded slowly. Stale reached out, and a gold coin dropped into his hand. As it touched his skin, his eyes widened. He took a breath, began to speak, and then turned and fled. Behind him, the man turned and limped slowly back to his seat. The delight on his face was already fading. After a moment, he grimaced, and sweat gleamed dully on his brow.
I have nowhere else to go,
said the woman. The proprietor frowned from his chair, he usually sat now, and coughed.
What do you wish to sell me? You are a great wizard, she said again. Cast a spell. Bring my love back to me. I am no wizard, he said. I am an old man in a market stall, surrounded by too many things. You are young, and so is he. You will heal. This is no place for you.
He seemed almost angry beneath the pain in his voice. The woman said,
All my hope is in you.
No, the man breathed. But she had made an offer. He held out a gold coin, and she took it. Her eyes went dead as snow. She turned and left, and the splash from the stream outside was not followed by any noises of struggle. The man in the stall frowned, and the light in his eyes had not entirely faded. Perhaps there was a way. The two physicians stood close in the doorway, clutching their engraved staves.
You are destroying us,
one said. The proprietor did not rise. The sores on his face were barely visible in the dimness.
I do what I do.
The physicians exchanged nervous glances.
You are a demon, or worse, said the other. People come to you and are healed. It is not possible.
The man smiled faintly.
You fear me?
Yes, both whispered. They did not move. The man held out something that sparkled. It fell, as his fingers suddenly trembled, as the physicians suddenly stepped forward. Their staves rose and fell, and the light in their eyes was rage. When they left, Garrett stepped out of the moonlit trees and entered the stall. A breath went out of him, and then he was on his knees, feeling for broken bones, cleaning the old man's face. Weary eyes flickered open.
You offer me your kindness?
None of that, Garrett snapped. You can't buy what has been given freely.
I suppose not.
The man smiled almost wryly.
What then?
Garrett hesitated.
What do you want to buy? What do I want? Now there's an odd question.
The man coughed, and fresh blood stained his bruised cheek.
I think you know the answer.
An ending. Garrett flicked his wrist and a knife appeared in his hand. I will sell it to you. The old man's fingers were tight on his wrist.
Be very sure. You only have one.
I am sure.
It is well, then.
The man relaxed.
I accept, for 20 pennies,
he added, and a last smile touched his lips. Garrett nodded, finding the coins in his hand. He put them in his pocket, and set the knife to his own breast. In the morning, the stall was empty. All the miscellany gone. Only the shape of the proprietor was left, with its twisted limbs, new bruises, old scars, swollen belly, and the knife wound in its heart. Of Garrett there was no trace, and if some spoke of a shape that had strode across the sky that night, radiant with joy and starlight and time, surely that was mere alley gossip. Dang, dude! That's a heck of a story. Like, at this point we have progressed far beyond morals. And this is just like... a really cool, well-written story. Like, yeah. So what's the meta here, right? Like, what is this about? This is about some entity taking everything. Taking the good things that people are willing to give him. But also taking all of the ills that people no longer want. And containing them. What are the parallels to the idol? This is the opposite of the idol. Instead of giving everything, it's taking everything. What does this mean in terms of the system? Maybe this is the role that the powers need to be. You know, if the story of the idol tells you that the powers using their abilities to cure all ills just leads to a system where people are unable to think for themselves, are unable to act on their own, and simply take what's given to them, then maybe the solution is not to give them everything they need, but to take away everything they don't need. Or even to take away everything and start over. Like, that's what Barin's on, right? He's just destroying pieces of the system left and right. Then there's Waykent, who believes that the only solution is just to destroy everything and start over. Maybe that's the path this is supposed to take. Well, time to get this thing. Ah! This thing is huge. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Oh my god, dude, is this thing called Finding the Way because you don't know what where the exit is? Maybe I just exit this way? Okay. It's story time! Stay a while and listen to the tale of the gatekeeper. The edgeland is wide and bare, and even the hardy scrub and dry grass cannot advance into its easternmost reaches. But once there was a spot where cold springs poured from cracks in the rocks to flow a meager mile across the sand, and once the clan of Sakaya dwelt along that mile. The tribe was small, they did not lack for water, and so they were able to grow some food and forage in the waste for more. And empty land was all around. Babies were born, and no more died than anywhere else in the world. But sometimes a person or two was not to be found. And over the years, the numbers of the Sakaya lessened. At the edge of the green land, a dune or two past the farthest tents, were two tall stones, called the Blades. No one of the tribe ventured beyond them, but the columns were a favorite meeting spot of lovers, or of younger children who played at exploring. Thus, as the youth Alrin brooded on his fast-approaching day of manhood, his wandering took him near the Blades, and by them he saw the old man. "I greet thee under the sun," said Alrin. The children of Sakaya are taught courtesy to strangers. But Alrin, nor any of his friends, had ever thought to see any, and so he added with some amazement, "But who are you?" The old man smiled. "I stand by the stones sometimes." "I've never seen you here before." "Many come to these stones," said the old man.
and to them I rarely speak. But now and again one comes here to pass between the blades and beyond, or one who dreams of it. You are one or the other, I think."
Alrin shivered, for he had not told anyone of his fancies, not even his sister. But eagerly he asked, "What is out there, beyond the waste?" And then an old story passed his thoughts, and he hesitated. "If I go, can I ever return?" A shadow darkened the old man's eyes.
"Everything is out there, everything in the world, except a road back."
The shadow, if it had been there, was gone.
"Will you go?"
Alrin looked at the stones, and at the man standing like a third brother beside them. And then he was gone in a flash of dust and feet, back towards the tents of his tribe. He told Arash, his father, of the stranger. Arash only nodded. "I have heard tales of this man, from others of the tribe. He offers passage beyond the blades. He promises riches on the other side, or adventure, or a bite of fruit rare beyond anything we have, or sometimes, to the dying, a pool of cool water just beyond the next dune." Then Alrin's father straightened. "But for every one of these tales I hear, there are 3 children of the Sakaya who are one day simply gone, and leave nothing but a footprint between the stones, which is gone with the next wind. 1 or 2 a season, but too many. I forbid you to go to the stones again, or to speak with this old man." Alrin bowed and stepped from the tent, but a fortnight later, on the morning of his day of manhood, he was not in his tent, and water sacks were missing, and a travel bag. And all on Alrin's sleeping mat lay cut the long braid of his childhood. Arash approached the standing stones that evening. "Come forth!" he roared into the sunset. "You have cost me 3 kinsmen, and my brother, and my son Alrin, and now my daughter Estelle talks of passing beyond the stones to seek her brother. If you would destroy my tribe, you will come forth and tell me why." The old man spoke, too near Arash.
"I have taken nothing. Your son has chosen to go, and perhaps he will not choose to return."
"His choice, but at your offering. Do not offer your blamelessness to me. You have done this for centuries, I think, and I will know why." Arash scowled. "Do you seek to lay this oasis empty, that you may pass within and dwell there yourself? If so, come to us, and even you may be welcomed."
"Pass within," said the old man. "No. But when the last of you goes between the stones, and beyond, and out into the world—"
He paused, and the darkness was back in his eyes.
"Then I think I will too."
The blades seemed to flame in the light of the setting sun. The old man turned again, and was gone in their shadow. Alright. I see this as a direct analog to Wakent. Someone, like... You have to assume if someone is out there, destroying the entire world, removing everything from the universe. They gotta do the universal equivalent of turning the light out before they leave, right? Sort of the grand custodian, if you will. The universe's janitor. Cleaning up all of the mess, and then once all of the mess is cleaned up, their job's done. They get to go home. Oh, now that is an interesting idea. If each story refers to one member of the council specifically, I could kind of see that. But there's a progression to the stories, right? Like, there's certain things that they're talking about in each story, and it feels like the later stories build off of the earlier stories, right? Like, you can't have the tale of the Reclaimer without having that analog to the tale of the Provider, right? And you can't have the tale of the Provider without that analog to the tale of the Librarian. And I think you can't have the tale of the Gatekeeper without having that analog to the tale of the Reclaimer. the one who takes, the one who cleans up, the one who gets rid of the things that nobody wants. Like, they all kind of intertwine with each other. And I don't think any of them point at a specific role as much as this one does with Weekend. The others are more stories to build off of. But maybe it's possible that they all have analogs in the council. They have a giver and a taker, right? They have a teacher and a student. Interesting idea. But now we have the map! Such a map, he says, is unlikely to exist. Really? Good heavens! I'll let me see that. How extraordinary. I never thought... Well, this should stir things up a bit. Allow me. Ooh. Here goes nothing. No, they all have different color text. Oh. Here goes nothing. In more ways than one. Legava's on Weikent's side. He just wants to tear it all down. They're gonna destroy... I think everybody wants this. Every single person that you've run into, in one way or another, wants the end of the system, so that we can start again, and build a newer, better system. Oh my god, dude. I better gather the others. This had better be the last one. I am cut when... Oh, these are from all the stories! This is hair. I am at the end of the road between the blades. Okay, let's see what I can remember, right? End of the road between the blades, I'm not positive. It's... I don't remember if it's called that specifically. I am the difference between Arash and his two children. Wonder? Like, I would say curiosity, right? Like, they want to go outside. Maybe it's wanderlust? I think wonder is probably right. I am that which took all the city had. The provider or the reclaimer? We are the children, returning unknown. I am that which rose from the disturbed city. Oh, geez, I don't know. My first is clear, my second is deep, my third is entangled. The librarian offered me to the king. With me did the librarian answer the king. This is silence. Cut off the heads of the king's thrice repeated reply, which is, return to me in the morning, and hear our answer. Tome, right. The baron took me from the blacksmith's hammer. I am the city which the blacksmith did support, which is I don't remember what it was. I'll look again. Look between the two cities, I appear. Warfare, right? Or, between the two cities? I'll have to look at the reading. In the end, the mercenaries turned to me. Pewter. I am that possession which the young woman sold. Love. Who hears the elder, hears me too. Loche, that was it. I think you're right. But all of these are I'm gonna have to go back and reread. Who hears the elder, hears me too. Something else that speaks when the elder speaks? Again, I'll need a reread. Okay, so I am at the end of the road between the blades. That's the Provider's Tale. Okay, let's start with the Provider's Tale then. The Provider's Tale is this one. Right? Oh, everything disappeared. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. I have my This Is Stupid file. So we have Gatekeeper, which was hair, something E. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's hard to tell. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's Wonder. But, and... Oh, I can't bold things in Notepad. So the next one is... This is the Provider. This is the Provider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are the children, returning unknown. Also O, do. That which rose from the disturbed city is 1, 2, O, 1, 2. And it's hair, E, and N? Is that right? That the N is the thing? The N is the thing. Librarian offered me to the king. We decided his tome. Librarian. With me did the librarian answer the king. Silence. And then it's something that's blank blank T. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the craftsman, which is hammer. Loche. Between the two cities is blank E, blank blank O. Whoa, that's wrong. Come back to the game. What did I do? Here. Wrong tab. O underscore underscore. And then we have Reclaimer. Which is pewter, love, and something. 1, 2, 3, 4, E. Alright, so which word should we starting? Let's start with the Gatekeeper. I am at the end of the road between the blades. Called blades. I mean, at the end of the road between the blades is... I mean, it's kind of a metaphor for the afterlife, right? But it's just talking about the world. Beyond. Maybe it's beyond? 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, it's an 8-letter word. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7-letter word. The children of the Sakaya are taught courtesy to strangers. Courtesy instead of wonder? or one who dreams of it. Dreams? That's not 7 letters either. Everything is out there. Everything in the world. Except a road back. I kind of, like, I want to say an ending, except that doesn't have the E in the right place. Maybe it can't be nothing, because that doesn't fit. It can't be everything, because that's too many letters. And none of these individual words, necessarily. Morning of his day of manhood. Maybe it's just like something new? And out into the world. Shadow. I'm kind of on... Is it Sakaya? I think it might be Sakaya. Because once everybody's gone, it's gotta be. It's gotta be Sakaya. A-I-A-H. Yeah. Cool. Alright. What am I looking for here? I am that which took all the city had, is the old man. No. Is... Provider's Tale. Drought? Locusts, that was it. So this is L-C-U-S-T. We are the children, returning unknown. The children, returning unknown. Is that here? Returning. What is returning? It's obviously not the finders. Because that's not going to fit. Nomads! Oh, dude! The nomads are descendants of the finders! That's the trick. So this is nomads. Wow. I'm not sure how much that changes, but I feel like that kind of changes things. I am that which rose from the disturbed city. They found a city of ruins. Great stone. Maybe it's stone? S-T-O-N-E? That might work. It could be stone. Hub of the people who had once moved around it and now lay in the ashes. The nomads found a great stone idol. Because it's not riches. It's not money. That doesn't put the O in the right place. Maybe it's stone. Alright. Let's cut off the heads of the things. Not this one. Librarian. So this is what he had, right? Catalog. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Totally. And then he has to, like, the way that works is then he's learned from the tale of the provider. He's not going to provide all of the answers. The catalog of answers. Alright, let's look at the craftsman. So this is what lay between the city, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters? What lay between the cities? There was war. Bloodshed lay between the cities. There was vengeance and revenge. Maybe this is... No, revenge doesn't fit. Murder and murder in return. Nothing. If only nothing fit here. Nothing seems like it would be a good fit for that. The one man for whom the feud caused no suffering was the blacksmith. Yeah, Loche. Okay. So Loche is correct here. I am what lay between the cities? Look between the two cities. I appear. Look between the two cities. I appear. Between Annabelle and Loche. Hang on. Oh, that's cute. Bellows. Bellows. Huh. Between the two cities are the bellows of the blacksmith. Like, at this point, the blacksmith may very well be the cause of the war, as well as the only person profiting from the war. And then the reclaimer. So what am I looking for here? Who hears the elder, hears me too. So where's the elder? What do I have? 5 letters ending in E. Who hears the elder, hears me too. Who hears the elder, hears me too. Does the elder show up again later? No. Just Garrett. So the only other person making... the only other source of noise during the elder's conversation is the tall man, right? So what do you hear? 5 letters ending in E. I'm not sure. Alright, let's see if I can go back and do something with what I have so far. What happens if I actually put in the entire thing? So this is hair. We're pretty sure the cicaya are at the end of the road. And I think this is wonder. Nothing happened. I am that which took all the city had, which is locusts. This is nomads, which is super cool. Like, that's a nice touch. And I didn't get anything out of that. Maybe it's stone. This is tome. This is silence. And this is catalog, which is... Hey! Okay, so this is correct, which means the others weren't correct. So this is right, but these are not. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So it's not wonder. It's... Hair and cicaya I'm pretty confident on. Wonder I'm not so sure. I am the difference between Arash and his 2 children. So if you look at their names, right? It's Arash versus... Hang on, I gotta go look at the names. I think it's the names. Where's the gatekeeper? Alrin. And his sister... Estelle. So Arash versus Alrin and Estelle. Arash versus Alrin and Estelle. So if you're looking at differences, or things that are the same in all of them, AAA. There's like R R S S H H lintel? It's kind of stupid. Sure. Hair, cicaya, lintel. Okay. So we know that this is lintel. So this we're confident on. This is correct, and this is correct. This we're not. I don't know what that last bit is, but let's look at the rest of it. Oh, and it stays. Cool. So let's put in the rest of this. This is hammer. This is loche. And this is bellows. Is that not right? Why is that not right? Anhabel. Loche. No, this is correct. Come on. He supported both cities. Maybe it's Anhabel. Yeah, no, ended up being subtraction, you're right, Omega. I am the city which the blacksmith did support. Oh, the Baron! Yeah, you're right. No, it can't be Blades, because there's the M. It has to be Hammer, because this is this M right in the middle. Anhabel and Loche both fit. Bellows I'm confident on, but I don't know which of these is wrong. The Baron took me from the blacksmith. If it's not Hammer, what else is it? You're right, he did take Blades from the blacksmith, but that doesn't fit because of the M. He supported both cities. Alright, well, this was pewter. This was love. Who hears the elder hears me too. We didn't really figure this out, did we? That which rose from the disturbed Loabel. Sure, whatever. Loche still feels correct there, but that's maybe too literal a reading. I am the city which the blacksmith did support. Where's the craftsman? Here, right? Yeah, okay. Lived outside of Loche, made the weapons, and the city paid him well. Neither. I'm pretty proud about that one. Alright. So Locust I'm not super confident about, but I think that's right. Nomads I'm really confident about, and I think that's super cool. And I have no idea that which rose from the disturbed city. Also this one. Pewter and Love, I'm very confident on both of those. Who hears the Elder hears me too, I'm still not sure at all. What else is heard? Where do they talk about hearing? I mean, they talk about the townspeople here, right? Who hears the Elder, hears me too. Is the Elder even referenced again in another place? Okay. Don't tell me. I see your excitement in the chat there, Omega. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get there. Oh, it's hope, not love. Ha. Ha. Who hears the Elder? Is it like the narrator? Elder Stale. It's gotta be something to do with his name. His name is like an anagram or something. The Elder's talking about gossip. People talk about you. Who hears the Elder hears me too. It's not Garrett. Garrett won't fit. Oh my god, I didn't even catch this the first time. He bought her hope. And so when she went out and killed herself, he still has hope. I'm thinking about this too literally, aren't I? Like, what else is in this scene that someone would hear? I'm not sure I get it. Like, if I'm looking at the way these are... Rose from the disturbed city. Nothing, really. Bodies. Money. We'll go back to the provider for now. Took all this that he had, I think is still Locust. Confident about nomads. I am that which rose from the disturbed city. Which one's provider? Is it this one? Am I confident about Locust? I think I am. Oh, there's 6-letter word with O in the second letter. No, I don't think so. That which rose from the disturbed city. Is it at the end? Like, when is disturbed? Books, maybe? Doesn't feel right. Like, when does the city even get disturbed here? I guess it's, like, to me, that feels like this part. I don't even have a thought process at this point. Like, I wish I had more to talk about. But, like, with word puzzles, it's like either you get it or you don't, I kind of feel. Yeah? I didn't think so. That which rose from the disturbed city. Idols? There was only the one idol, though. When was the city disturbed? Man, I'm really unsure about this one. Too bad. Who hears the elder hears this. Voice? Yeah, that felt like a stretch. Is it the tall man? But if it's the tall man, like, we don't know his name. We don't even know how to refer to him. He's just the reclaimer. Which is not going to fit in 5 letters. Alright, I guess I'll take a hint. God, like, most of the time when I'm going through these puzzles, I feel like I'm able to describe my thought process and like, talk about what I'm trying and where I'm going and how I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's not like a literal word in the story, right? No, I understand that, right? Like, it is a noun in all of them, but it's pieced together from other things. Like, catalog is letters that are put together. Bellows is letters that are put together. Oh, lintel is also letters that are put together. So this is smoke. Okay, cool, cool. That's great. So all of them are the same kind of thing. Alright. I still think this is locust. So this is pewter. This is still hope. If he's elder stale, S-T-A-I-L? L-D... Like, if you... Elder? If... There's no homonym for elder that has an E at the end. If you rearrange the letters in elder... What word do you get? D-R-E-L-E... D-R... D-E-R-L-E? How do you... All of them are done by pulling letters from other words and rearranging them. So what... What do I get out of elder? Lerdre, Ledre. These are not words. Here's the elder, here's me too. So it's supposed to be a homonym, right? Elder. And it has nothing to do with the actual story content, it just has to do with the word. He who hears stale. Elder stale, of course. Alright, so that's it, right? We got it all together. We did the things. This must be it. It certainly is. Welcome, child. Welcome my ass! He's dangerous!
Dangerous? He saved me twice.
Yeah, Charlie, you're a hopeless featherhead. The child did grandly.
Splendidly.
You're both featherheads. This is a disaster.
I'll second that.
But it may be just the disaster we need. You're mad, and you, Roshi, are a whining child.
And you're an obnoxious buffoon, Baron.
Shut up, slave.
Yes, cease your complaining, Baron. The solution is in your domain.
Ha!
Actually, I thought the child did quite well.
Well enough to destroy us all. Varum, you know I was powerless.
I thought I did pretty well myself.
What?
Oh, look, a party. Am I late?
Shut up, Mazer.
What's up, Wakent?
Alright, I'm here. Wakent, I thought... Gentlemen. Never mind what you thought, you incompetent subroutine. And ladies.
Oh dear, there never get anything done in this state. My turn, huh? Oh? In what way is this supposed to... Oh! Oh! It's the ones associated with the stories! These are gatekeepers, so the reclaimers, are Wakent and Baron. Which symbol is which? Okay, provider is this one. So who are providers? Yajurli's a provider. Oh man. Forgot I had like the layout with all the people in it. Yajurli's a provider. And Ogum? Is Ogum a provider? Maybe Mazer's a provider? Mazer's a librarian. I don't know what Rashi is. Rashi's a reclaimer. Rashi took stuff. All the Rashi did was take stuff. Who's a gatekeeper? Oh, the other provider is the snake. The serpent. Or the slave, rather. So the providers, under this symbol, are Yajurli and the slave. So, can I up? Nope. Alright. So we need to have you over here. So these are the two providers. That I'm confident on. The librarian, probably Mazer for one of them. What is this one? The far right. What symbol is that? That's not craftsman. That's not librarian. That's the tail of the reclaimer. So the reclaimer has to be Baron and Wakent. The craftsman has to be Ogum.
and the mad scientist. The librarians have to be Mazer and Legava, I think. Is that right? How do I know height? This is clearly not right. So the gatekeepers are Amalfo and Rashi? I'm not sure that I am doing this correctly. This feels right to me, assuming that this is working the way I think it's working. I don't know what roles Amalfo and Rashi fall under, though. Unless this is wrong. I think this is right, though. I'm pretty sure this is right. I'm pretty sure this is right. This I'm less sure about. Maybe this is not right. This I'm super confident on. Maybe Rashi is also a librarian? Not sure what difference up and down makes. Maybe Amalfo's a librarian? Maybe I'm not approaching this the right way. This feels right. Maybe reclaimers are people that I gave gifts to? So who's gatekeepers then? Providers, this is correct. Who needed things? Like, craftsmen, this is 100% correct. This is also 100% correct. I'm positive about that. I am positive about the providers as well. The other three are a little harder to figure out. I needed to give gifts to Roshi. So maybe Roshi is a reclaimer? Oh, maybe. Who opened portals for me? Legava opened a portal, so that would make Legava a gatekeeper. Who else did I give gifts to? Was it Amalfo? Was Amalfo looking for stuff? I needed to give code to someone. Was that this dude? It wasn't Baron. Maybe Baron's the other gatekeeper then. Waykent just took stuff from me. So maybe Waykent is the other... Which would put Baron as maybe the other librarian? Who's a librarian then? God, get out of there. Mazer told stories. Mazer's definitely a librarian. I can't imagine anybody else. On the other hand, the Maybe the snake is the other librarian? But then who would be the, Because the hallmark of the librarian isn't someone who told stories. The hallmark of the librarian is someone who said nothing. So maybe the slave is librarian? But the slave also gave me a lot of things, right? Oh, man. Maybe Mazer's the other gatekeeper. It's possible. So if we have Mazer's the other gatekeeper... I want to have... God, then where does Barin fit in? Like, if Barin's not a reclaimer, then I don't know. But I also don't know what Roshi did. Like, it's been a while since I played through the beginning of the game and went through the rest of the story. Alright, well, it's past 11, and this doesn't look like it's going to hit a resolution anytime soon. I know there's not that much left in the game, but I think it's going to have to wait for a future stream.